Glitches are often a double-edged sword. While at times a glitch can open up unforeseen possibilities, often they cause more damage than good, and can potentially ruin your entire game. What's the fun in breaking the game if it means you can't play it? At least for like a single round. Still sucks. Fortnite is no exception. The game has a history of glitches. Some useful, some absolutely irritating, and some occasionally unavoidable. So today we're counting down the biggest, most annoying glitches that players have encountered in the game with our list of the top 10 Fortnite glitches that ruin the game. Also worth noting that some of these may have been fixed since the time of this recording. So if that's the case, well, hey, consider yourself lucky that you won't be one of the unfortunate players who runs into one of these during a match. Number 10. The Waterfall Glitch. One of the most well-known Fortnite glitches is the Waterfall Glitch, a waterfall that exists at the top of the map that makes for a great hiding spot. It exists north of Anarchy Arcs and Risky Reels, technically in between them both, where the river that separates them lets out. Being careful to not entirely fall off the map and into the water below, drop down to the base of the waterfall and crouch, walking into the water itself. As you walk in, the water continues to go deeper and deeper, enough to cover you entirely when you're crouching. You can even go behind the waterfall and stand up fully, but be warned, if you don't have any resources, you won't be able to climb back up, and you'll pretty much be screwed. Some players even reported not being able to get back up from the water at all after they entered it. Now if you don't want to deal with the risk, you can always pull off another alternative trick to this. Other players have used other waterfalls in the game to hide, like the one at Loot Lake, to duck under and hide, becoming partially visible, which can be useful from time to time. In our number 9 spot, under the map. Another popular glitch that many a player uses in Fortnite is hiding under the map. This allows you to hide beneath the ground and take out other players without their knowledge of you being there. While some players use this glitch to troll others, which is pretty great, sometimes you'll have the unfortunate experience of someone using it to knock out all of the nearby competition. It's not infallible though. Often you'll be able to catch parts of these hidden players sticking out from under the grass, and if you're quick enough, you can retaliate and take them out. If you're looking to try the glitch for yourself though, there are a few specific areas that work best when trying to get under the map, either by destroying the walls and the basements of buildings and walking out, or by crouching and walking through ledges on the map. Regardless of this, if you are on the receiving end of this glitch, it can be a pretty unfair way to be eliminated. And at number 8, the wall glitch. As pointed out by YouTuber Troll Ninja XEE, there's a really simple way that you can become invisible and take out a bunch of foes. In this clip, he heads over to Dusty Divot, hops inside one of the buildings, jumps onto a desk, crouches, and shovels himself up against the wall. Kinda makes him invisible. While you may not be entirely visible, it's a great way to hide and take out opponents who are hunting you down, or other players who aren't paying super close attention to their surroundings. It's not something you can pull off with all buildings in the game, but worth giving a shot if you manage to find a similar looking ledge elsewhere. Up next, 7. Unlimited C4s. When you first hear about the unlimited C4 glitch, you probably can't help but think, well, wouldn't that be awesome? How does it ruin the game when it actually just makes it that much easier? Well, think about how much that would suck if you were on the receiving end of those C4s. Yeah. Not fun. While the glitch seems to have been patched now, when players were able to use it, they would have to throw C4 and hold down onto their throwing button, either the left mouse button on PC or R2 or RT on console, then pick up a weapon nearby while still holding it. This would allow them to continue chucking C4s while still holding the new weapon, which in turn could allow you to set up a massive explosion. It appears that this was done while still having at least 2 C4s left in your inventory, but also while having a full inventory. If any of you guys have managed to figure this one out now, give us a shout in those comments below and tell us how you did it. Up next, number 6, hiding spots. There's no shortage of areas in the game that players can use as hiding spots. Every time there's an update, it's as if players find a new piece of the map where they can sneakily slip into and become invisible, making it really easy to pick off your foes without them being able to detect you, without a bit of searching that is. And hey, by that point you'll likely have eliminated them. While this tends to be reoccurring, there are a few spots in particular that have become well known, specifically ones under certain bridges that you can't climb back out of. But for this number, we're taking a look at the crane in Junk Junction. Back when the area first debuted, the large crane that you can find within it had a pretty big glitch where players could slip inside of it and become invisible. It did mess around with your own visibility a bit, but since you could enter and exit it without fear of becoming stuck, it was a pretty sneaky trick that many used to eliminate other nearby players. And at number 5, glider gone wrong. In a video by YouTuber JackoWacko343, we have this unfortunate glitch concerning a glider. In this clip, we see Jacko Wacko land on top of a roof in Retail Row, only to land and immediately be teleported elsewhere, a little bit north of their initial landing location, with their glider easing them onto the ground, which really sucks. They're now in a fairly open field without any cover, and no hint of loot anywhere in sight. For many players, where you land is a big part of starting off a match successfully. It's the very first strategic choice that many make right off the bat. And at number 4, the disappearing act. Every time the game updates, there's always a good chance of new items or even old ones glitching, especially when you play around in the pre-game lobby. This was the case with the launch pad. If you tested it out in the pre-game lobby, often you'd start the game without a pickaxe, a pretty major disadvantage when it comes to collecting resources and even navigating for loot. The glitch would still show your avatar holding their hands up as if they were holding the pickaxe, but the function of the axe itself was entirely gone. Some players also reported that this prevented them from being able to build. On a similar note, in at number 3, the cozy campfire glitch. Back when the cozy campfire was introduced, players were quick to realize that it had a pretty major bug. If you used the cozy campfire during the pregame lobby, the game would glitch and give you 100 health and a full shield at the start of the game. But it was entirely aesthetic. Your stats would appear this way to you, but the game itself was unable to register that this was the case in reality. Your stats would be the exact same as they would be in a regular scenario at the start of a match. And it gets worse. Players found that if they tried to drink a shield potion, it wouldn't work, putting them at a serious disadvantage. Luckily, the glitch has been fixed since. In at number 2, frozen gun. From a video posted by Reddit user Cleanest Alloy, here we have a glitch of immense inconvenience. Say you're in the middle of a heated standoff, and you need to bust out a sniper rifle in order to get the job done. You switch your weapon, but instead of being ready to fire some bullets into your foes, this happens. Your gun freezes midair, detaching itself from you completely. According to Cleanest Alloy, the only way to reverse this glitch after it happens is to switch back from a weapon to the dropped weapon. Despite that, this glitch can seriously ruin your match, especially when in close quarters with other players. And last but not least, in at number 1, the Boogie Bomb glitch. Every so often you hear about a glitch that gives players a ton of stuff for free. It's not super common, but tends to be big news for a day or two before the glitch is patched up. As of this recording, the latest glitch to fall under that category is the Boogie Bomb glitch. It was a bug that caused players to have unlimited items, and forced Epic Games to remove the Boogie Bomb from the game entirely. It would come into effect when players used the Boogie Bomb on themselves, giving them the ability to pick up an infinite amount of weapons and items without their inventory ever getting full. Talk about an easy way to score a major advantage. Luckily, as of this recording, Epic Games has stated that the Boogie Bomb won't be gone forever, just until the bug is fixed. So hey, if you're watching this video in the future and lobbing Boogie Bombs right, left, and center, we're really glad that all got sorted out. Alright, there we have it, friends. Which of these glitches has messed up your game? Do you know of a glitch that tops the one that we talked about on this list? Give us a shout in those comments below and let us know. Dug this video? Well, show us some love by hitting that like button and subscribe if you want to hang out with us some more. If you're craving more Fortnite, why not hop on over to our channel by clicking that playlist that's currently up on your screen, or head on over to our sister channel Fortnite Central for more in-depth coverage of the game, featuring everything Fortnite, from news to gameplay. In the meantime though, thanks for watching everybody, I'll catch you all in the next video.